So, welcome back to my workshop, and I will continue where I stopped yesterday with my Mini, or actually with my wife's Mini. I have a very good friend which has a company where he sells car spare parts. And I was very lucky that yesterday evening, Saturday evening, even though that they were closed, he was able to get me some parts that I can continue today. That's the brake hoses, which I want to replace, even though they're not 100% necessary, but I rather have them. Plastic loop for the brakes. And another thing which I didn't have before is a device to reset the brake pistons. Before I always used a clamp or a crowbar or something like that. But yeah, let's see how it goes with this. Then I will get the handbrake ropes out, and once they are out, I can actually remove the axle carrier at the back and put the new one in, and you're part of it. So let's start with the brake here. Let me see if I can put you somewhere where you can actually see what I'm doing. Here should be okay. I hope I will not cover the view too much. So the first thing to do is pry the brake a little bit open, and therefore I use this prying iron. If I get enough, if I get inside. Here, if you can see, the brake pads here are actually good, but the back of the disc is just miserable. Now let's see if I can. That one is quite deep inside. Let's go to the other side first. While the rust remover does its job there. Okay, this clip went out easier. Also here, the brake pads look actually good. But the same at the back. The brakes are just completely rusted. And yeah, so next thing is to open here. These protectors, and then I should be able to open this from the inside. Allen key. Let's see what size it is. That's too big. Is it a 6? No. A 7. Okay. Oh, where's this small one again? I think I put them up for charging yesterday. No, here. So, number one. That one is quite stiff in. Let me just do the same thing on this side first. Let me see if I can reach you guys here. So here are the two Allen keys, P bolts. Okay, the lower ones are quite stiff. See again the brakes, they are just complete rubbish. I wonder how that happened. It looks like the brake pad at the back is way too small. Don't know if you can see it from here. This is the brake pad, it should go all the way to the end of the brake, not only here. So yeah. Let me put you back here, I'm coming up to you again. Then we look further. This bolt at the bottom should never go out that hard. That is actually the bolt, like this one here, which helps to guide the caliper. This one has to be greased very well, cleaned and greased very well, that this one can move freely. The lower one looks like does not want to come out. So let's see what is inside there. There's a lot of dirt and rubbish inside. You can see here. The brake pads look actually good, but the outside is a little bit more worn than the inside. Anyway, as I said, we're going to change the complete set, front and back, but first the back. And yeah, now I have to get this bolt on the out. Let me see what kind of plier I can use there. Something small with a strong grip. I won't get in with this one. I have this small grip plier. I will cut it a little bit smaller that I come actually in with that 7mm Allen key hole. So here I cut the wings off from here on the side. So we have about 5mm here. Hope that's enough to get inside the bolt and pull it out. There's not much space here. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm trying to get this bolt down here out. This one is just in the way. What about I take it like this? It's not too easy to hold you and also walk at the same place, same time. So this is quite stubborn. And we can lose it a little bit like this. Okay, moved a little bit out. No, not enough. It's still, even though that it's almost out, or it's out of the threading already, still like the, now it's out. This small tip was still guiding inside, and that's why I couldn't get it off. Now we should be able to pull it off completely. And then I will clean this, clean the guide in here, put it back together. It's enough loop, so it will never get stuck again like it just did. So this is done. Okay. As I said, the parts are actually not looking that bad, but you can see here, I believe they had the rusted brake disc and just put new parts inside to sell it. And that was it. Then let's see if we can use this tool to press the piston back. Okay, I have to go and remove this sensor. Strangely, it's fixed here. The new brake pads, they are not fixed, the wires came separately. These are the new ones, and the sensor is here, so maybe this one can be pulled. Come on. No, can't be pulled out, but we can cut it. Since we have a new brake pad anyway. This one is crazy. All these springs and things just for the brake pads. Haven't seen that before. Then let me get, right, I can do that from here. So now to get it in, I have to get the correct size to get into these holes. This one is not, it's too big. Let's try this one. Almost there. This one. Also not. Well, it looks like I'm at the end finally, huh? These were the smallest ones here in this set. Then we have this one left. Doesn't enter either, or directly. Well, that one could work. So then we have to go through this plate. Nope. Does not seem to work the way I want it to work. Well, what? I wanted to get the brake hose off anyway. And let me try this. Then I can just bring the caliper out and do it on the workbench. Might be easier. I have to check somewhere I had this special brake hose spanners. I think here. So there's one here. Okay, it's the wrong size, we need a bigger one. But here I can actually use a normal spanner. $12 or $13, I think, too small. 15 maybe. Yeah, of course. It has to be in between. Then 14 it is. Okay, let me put this first back. Just a little bit. So I have okay, that one is in, definitely. Let me see if I have the bigger spanner somewhere. Otherwise I will just cut the hose off. We have new ones anyway. And then I walk on the bench with it. Nope. Let's just cut the hose off and take the brake caliper to the bench. So, trip for the next 2 hours until the reservoir is finished or empty. So now I should be able to wait first release this spring a little bit. Then I should be able from here. So I removed this spring for now, so I can move almost freely here. Then let me try and get this loose. Yeah. Then I should be able to pull it out like this. Exactly. Good. This one I put back. No, later. No, let me put it back, otherwise I will just forget it. Wouldn't be the first time that I forget something like that. Good. Now it's back, so it is spring loaded now. Now we should be able to pull this one out actually. Never did that before, but how else would you change this here if not by getting it out somehow? Well, it's coming and it's out. Good. Oh, fuck. So. Then this one out. And let's even see where this brake line thingy was going. Okay, here's the connector, and then we plug it in new here. Good. This we can leave here. A little bit oil on it, so it enters more easily. This one I can now pull out here. Okay, you can actually not see what I'm doing right now. So this brake pull is going through here, and if I want to pull this down, then this one will hold it up, so we have to remove it first. Actually, this is surprising me more and more with all this rust, that this bolt still come out like this. The only thing I couldn't get for today was the spray to make the whole thing rust proof when I mount it. But that it's actually not that important right now. First of all, we have to get everything out. So the same thing I can do here. Same, align two bolts which don't want to come out. Can you see something? I hope so. Now let me get you down here. I think the view was better from under. So let's see. Here we are. Maybe that's a little bit too much zoomed in. So here, cut the brake hose. Yes, there's some brake fluid coming out. Then I removed this spring. So that I can actually move this if needed, if possible. That is my dead finger. I cut it quite nasty a few years back. Since then, all the finger can feel is pain, nothing else. So I will not feel that I touch something until suddenly it's pain, and then it's usually too late. So rubber down, this up, and we are out. Then on the other side it was just a little bit wiggling to get this out. It looks like this side is front and back more stubborn than the other side. Don't run away. Somehow I managed to catch a cold last night. I don't know how I did that. But somehow I managed. Didn't move. Still didn't move. Still no movement? God. So it looks like this one doesn't want to come out the way I would like it to come out. Okay. So yeah, one part just fell down from the car. Okay. Here. This cup for the back to make these ones sealed again, to get those sealed. Here's brake fluid coming down. That's, by the way, the only fluid in the car you should definitely never digest. Man, that's annoying. Why is it like this? No, this one doesn't want to turn either. It feels a little bit soft. Don't want. Wow. How can this one be so strong in there? It's almost impossible. It turns. It doesn't turn easily, but it turns. I think it's coming. Yeah. Whoa. What crap. At least that's out. Then I should actually also be able to now get the brake, the rotor out. Yo, now this one has to come out. How can this one be so stubborn? How? This one, which holds the brake pad, still doesn't want to move. Huh? Wait. I think I complained too early. Yeah, this spring here, it's actually starting to move in the hole. Come on. Something entered my skin now. Oh, Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Okay, it's finally out. And I just realized later I might have to stop the video fast and check which direction it was in, because I didn't take pictures before. Everything rusty, everything. I definitely need my nail gun here then. So let's see how we get this out. Let me change your view. Should be able to see more now, hopefully. So, brick hose I cut. This one is very annoying, still in there. And this one is kind of even more annoying. And I can just see I can't turn it because there's a flat place. So I can only go out straight. Maybe if I put the small screwdriver in here and pry it out. On this side it went out, came out neatly. But yeah, let's see how we get this tiny piston back in. Definitely not out. Had that once that I didn't have the brakes back together yet, and an overmotivated person was helping me, and the piston came out. Spoiled the piston seal, and I had really big problems to get it all back together later. In the meanwhile, I spray all this because we have to open this brake hose later without damaging it. So the more spray I put in, the easier it should open later, hopefully. So how do I get this out now? I'll get the small screwdriver. Let's see if I can pinch it in between and get it out. An old screwdriver, a very old one. And maybe a smaller hammer, not that big one which I have at work right now. So I grinded it up a little bit sharper, and I hope I can put it here in between and push the whole thing out. Strangely, it sounds like something is moving, but no. No. Nothing is moving. Maybe a little bit. Let's try again. In here. As flat as possible there. Ow! That was my finger. Whew. No, still doesn't want to. A little bit more rust remover, and in the meanwhile I'll go up with you and see if I can get the other one ready. So 100 different projects at the same time, and never cleaning up is not the best way to go forward here. So let's see. Don't actually want to clamp it in, but this one has to go in. So there is some are you have to turn in, some you just press in. This might be a combination of it. And we shall see. So once more I try all of them. No, too wide apart. This one has smaller pins, but they're even further apart. Then there is A, smaller pins, a little bit closer, but well, let me try if I can grind the edge off a little bit. A little bit finger grinded off as well. Yeah, okay. This one goes in. Now, this one seems too big for this. Then we are off-centered. There's a smaller one. So. Yup, very heavy parts, always falling down. Okay, so I can turn it here. Okay, there's brake fluid coming out, that's good. Let me zoom out a little bit for you. So I hold it here and then I turn it in, and here you see the brake fluid coming out. So looks like we're completely in. And since it went actually quite well, I think I can do it the other one without removing the rope. Then we have to get these two going again. You can see they were completely dry in, so they have to get in here and be able to walk through like this without any issue. So it's not too bad. Let me get a very fine sandpaper. Somewhere I should have. No. This one maybe 240. I should have a 1000 somewhere. After all, I want to remove the dirt and not the steel. So This one starts with 240 and goes up to 800 is good. Yep, 800 is okay. Then clean. Next one as well. Okay, here I have to grind a little bit more at the back because I hurt it a little bit with the plier. Better. So this one will go in here, and this one's supposed to go in here. Doesn't want to yet. But we have this braking paste or brake paste, which is specially for disc brakes. I used to only use copper paste, but the last few years more and more I heard that copper paste is not good for it, even though that, let's say 20 years I had no issue at all with copper paste. So okay, here definitely a huge difference between with and without. Yep. Let's see if we can get it done here as well. A little bit in here. Some companies sell it as anti-quick paste, which sounds a little bit, I don't know, not professional maybe. On the other hand, they say that's exactly what it does. Prevents the brakes from quicking. But still, I don't know if that is sounding professional, not to me, but anyway. So you see how hard this goes in. That should not be the case at all. Should actually go in the same like this, almost no clearance. Now this one is stubborn. Yeah, more than stubborn. I wonder, maybe it's corroded. You can also see that the rubber here comes out completely different than on the other side. But let's see how we get it back out now. It went in with force, so let's get it out with force. And as long as this one goes that hard in and out, there's no way that the brake caliper can move freely. It will always make problems. So let's see what diameter we have here. Maybe I have a grinder somewhere which I can use. Oh, I just put a little bit rough play in the whole system and drill it out. Okay, let's try again. No, still not. Come. Let me try the other one. Maybe they have different size. No, also not. Let's try again. If we need a new brake caliper, my wife will kill me. Because she said she doesn't want to spend any money on the car anymore. It's moving small, but small is not enough. Okay, this one definitely goes in here, that I already know. Let's see that we fill it a little bit up around it. Just that no dirt is coming in. Then maybe I get a little bit tougher sandpaper and maybe grind this a little bit more off. It's supposed to be exactly 12 millimeters, 0.00. The drill has 12 millimeters. It goes through, not easily, but it does go through. So there shouldn't be much missing for it to actually fit through. So let's try again. Getting hot. Yep, it's getting hot. So then let's put a little bit paste on it again. There's something way more stubborn in there. Let me see, I have one other tool which should be a 12 if I remember right. If I find it, because I think I didn't use it since 20 years. And with that, order I have in my workshop, there's a good possibility that I don't find it. But usually tools don't get lost, they just hide somewhere. And the grinding bits I have, They are all from 14 millimeters up, so they don't bring me much at 12 millimeter. The only thing I still have is a 12.5 drill, but let's try with the 12 again first before I do. Before I do some irreparable damage. It looks like I have to try. So 12.5. Okay. Not too bad. But you can see how the aluminum oxide is coming out here, because between the rubber and the caliper it's corroding. And that corrosion presses the rubber inside and makes the hole at the rubber smaller. The correct way would be to get this out. But it seems to work now. Let's fill it up well with this paste, so it's at the end actually more, let's say, more waterproof. Then we have to clean here. At the end it should look like this. This here and this here, and the brake disc in between. I don't know how this one works, this spring, what this one does, but yeah. Okay, I think the spring goes actually in here, I assume. Like this. Yeah. And this too as well, to grab here, that it's actually pulled back when you open. You see that goes well. Then let me clamp this fast. I have to get this still open. That was 14 if I remember right. Yep. Just that it doesn't want to go on it completely. Good. I think that was also in there since quite a while. Looks good. Then when you clean, always hold it upside down like this, that the dirt falls out, not in. Then we go back to the car and see if we can continue there. And put it back together, hopefully. So, sorry, I had to drop everything first. It always takes a little bit. So, we're back. Next thing is remove this big and then change the brake disc, the rotor. And there are these cables, one brake contact. Then we have the brake rotor here. 2 for back, 2 for front. Yeah. Let's see what size of torques that is. And then we get it out. Take 50 and 45. Then we see where we get with it. So 50. Yes. Okay, doesn't want to. Let me try on this side as well. Same. Then let's take something bigger. So. Okay. Whew. I mean, not okay, but But this is really working on my motivation today. So I sprayed with rust remover, front and back side of it. And then I let it sink in and I continue tomorrow. This running nose is really disturbing me and I need a break. Sorry that I wasn't able to do more today. I didn't expect that the brakes would already piss me off like that. But yeah, apparently that's how far I go today. Not good. I expected more. Yeah, as I said, my motivation is not here anymore. So I leave it for now. And the video will continue when I continue with the car. So for you it will be like 10 seconds, maybe 1 second. See you guys later. Bye bye.
A few moments later.
So fast forward to 1.5 weeks later. I wasn't in a good condition health-wise. That's why I didn't go further with the car from my wife. Still at the Mini. For you, it's just a break of 2 seconds anyway. And I'm feeling better now, so I'll continue to build in the axle carrier from the back. I don't know if it's really called the axle carrier, but yeah, it carries the real axle. So that's the main job we do. Today I have a little bit support with me. I got this light from Vokos. It's the HD03. It's their latest product as far as I'm aware. It's USB chargeable, has an internal battery and quite a bright light. So with the clamp and its magnetic abilities, I can actually put it here on the phone and use it as a floodlight to see a little bit better under the car. I hope it helps to show you more. Now I have all the parts here. The last time I tried to get out the handbrake rope from the left brake caliper at the back, and that's where we continue now. I sprayed it when I left last time. I guess the rust remover worked its job, or at least I hope, because it's supposed to come out. I need it to come out, and then I will support the tank, the fuel tank, to now finally get the beam out. The main job we're here at. Then last time I tried to remove this bolt which holds the brake discs in place. Now the strange thing for me is, as far as when it comes to the brake systems or brake parts I bought so far, they always came with the bolt, with this one bolt here. But strangely, this set doesn't come with it, surprisingly. So even at the brake pads, okay, I didn't open the second pack yet, but the first pack there was no bolt. So yeah, as it looks at the moment, I have to drill the original bolt out because it doesn't move. I sprayed it again, even the last 3 days when I came in, I sprayed rust remover every day, but I didn't try yet to get it out. I got a new tool set though this week for my big electric power wrench, and yeah, let's see if that helps. So first I will try to get, let me get you a little bit closer. First I will try to get the brake discs out, since we are up here at the moment, and then later I go down to remove the left side brake caliper, hopefully successfully this time. And then we continue. Let me zoom you in a little bit. So this bolt has to come out that I can get the brake disc out. So before I use this, which is the right size and everything, but now I was told this would be better. Sorry, this. So I will try with this and see if we get somewhere. The machine is set to 1100 Newton meters impact. So yeah, I need a hammer to get it in, because I already worn out the bolt a little bit. So yeah. Also this lifter on the left side, I need to replace it's always leaking and settles down after a while. But it takes days, so it's not like it's dangerous also, but still. Now let's see. So far not, and if you look, the bolt is already at its limit, I would say. So I'll try one more time. Then let me put a screwdriver here in between, wedge it in, so hopefully this doesn't turn too far away again. So yeah, no, that bolt is gone. Then let me get the drill and drill it out. If I'm right, it's an M10, but to be on the safe side, I'll go with a 4.5 first. Yep. Then with a 6.5, which would be M8. If it breaks then I know it was M8. Otherwise, I drill with 8.5 to finally cut an M10 out or in. Then we'll just have to get a new bolt for that. So I start, as I said, with the 4.5. No particular reason for 4.5, just the smaller it is, the easier it is to get in. So this bolt is quite hard. So I will give the drill a sharper cut. So So there's a big chance that this drill breaks now because I over sharpened it. But if it doesn't break, it will cut through the material faster. Now you can see so what I did is, first of all, here it's not the 120 degrees I'm supposed to have. I used less. Then I sharpened it more to the back and give it a free cut on the back so it's easier to get into material. The problem is it also grabs the material easier and might break. That's why for the long run that edge is not good. And yeah, so it's for special jobs. Okay. Looks actually okay. Okay, I have to recut this also a little bit. Yeah, the edges are off. So let's see. Okay. Then, since 6.5 didn't do it, I'll get the 8.5. Then usually the head should come off almost immediately. That one is also a little bit worn, the 8.5, so let me regrind that one as well. So, if this is an M10 bolt, which I suspect, then 8.4 would be the center hole. So with 8.5 the head should just come out. And there it is. That's it. The bolt is still in here, so Oh, that was not good. And that was my 8.5. There you go. So you can see part of the drill is still inside, but that shouldn't be a big issue to get it out. Since we are already through anyway, yeah, okay, I do the same on the other side, and then we see that we get the remaining bolt out. Try with the power wrench again first. After all, I sprayed this side over and over again. Maybe we are more lucky on that side, on this side. So. Okay, now let's try again. All the way in, and then no. So this one I even worn out more already than the other side. So drilling out it is. .5. Okay, I have to give this a little more edge again. That's the problem when you make the edges very sharp, they wear out fast. So give it a little bit more. Yep, looks okay. this bolt has its strings, surprisingly. Yeah, the better you sharpen your drills, the easier you drill. So that was 4.5, 6.5. Now I have to find a new 8.5. I think I still have some on the side. I bought a refill box for a while ago. No 8.5. See, maybe my mobile toolbox. Well, then an 8 has to do first, and then we see, maybe we take a 9, because looks like I don't have an 8.5 at the moment. And of course, it's Saturday afternoon. So it's also out and it's warm. Brake disc is out, and now rock. Okay, this is so far out. Now let me see if I can cut a new thread in it. M10. So this is a machine thread cutter. It cuts the whole thing under one go. So we more or less push the old thread out on the back. That's actually what I was hoping for. And yeah, here you can see the last part of the original bolt. That's good so far. Okay, I don't like this. Yeah, that means I have to get the new bearing here at the back. Yeah, that's not good anymore. Now let me go to the other side, drill out there, and if you're lucky, we only have to change one bearing, not two. So let me see if the camera points in the right direction so that you actually see what I'm doing. Yep. So I still have to get the remaining drill bit out though. You hear the way I'm breathing, I'm still not completely recovered, but I can't delay this car anymore. Good, that is out so far. Then so, let me see if I can show you that. That is most of the bolt came out at the back. So more or less I'm just cleaning this right now. Yep. So much better. That still means we need a new bearing on the other side, which I don't find amusing at the moment, but yeah, shit happens. Let's go get downstairs and see if we can get the main part out. I think I mentioned it already. I have to first put something under the tank to keep the tank up. Okay, well, let's place you here, and then let's see how far we can show you everything. So now you can see that we are under here now, and now I want to put this extra light, extra bright, and then let's see how well this works. I definitely already see more, and I hope it helps for you as well. So this one even came out by itself now. Good that it didn't fall. So the rust remover did its job. Then I can remove this 10mm here, just the same way I did it on the other side. Okay, and I put the bolt back in here just to have it on the right position. God, the way here everything is rotten. You can just almost use your finger alone to dig in here. See? The side wall will just crack off like this. So now this one out. This one is this side. And don't know if I'm just being stupid right now or if there was more space on the other side, because somehow it came out much easier on the other side. I think I'm just being stupid. Good. This out as well. Now we have 1, 2, 3 bolts here. 1, 2 at the back. And even if I look there, 1, 2, 3, 5 altogether, yeah. And then we have these 2 bolts which are holding up the tank, which I sprayed last week, or 1.5 weeks back. I have to see if it wants to come out or not. But as I said before, I first have to find a way to balance the tank here. Because the tank is now full with 80 liters of fuel. 40 liters of fuel, it's a mini after all. So should be able to support it here. And sorry, I got distracted when I see this rust here. Let me just check inside here again. No, even at the brake pads there are no brake rotor bolts, so I have to get them new. Shouldn't be a big problem to get an M8 bolt somewhere. Yeah, shouldn't be. Corrosion on these parts. Not that this one is a new car, but it shouldn't be that bad. These parts would be coated properly when they are new, then this shouldn't be ever, this should never become a problem like that. Anyway, we are at the tank. Let me see what I can do here. What if I put it like this and then slowly lower the car onto it? That should be sufficient. Then I still have to disconnect the brake hoses here. I have this special spanner for it, but it looks like this is size 10. Looks like this one is 11. That's a weird size for a bolt. Let me see if it is actually an 11. Yeah, it is. Okay, looks like the normal spanner did the job on this side. So just normal 11 spanner. So here I'm removing this now. This is the brake hose which comes from the front, and this is the brake pipe. And this is the brake hose. The brake hose I cut before, so I have that new, but this one I'm going to lose on both sides now, and then I can continue. Then everything should be so loose that I can get this part at least out, even if I'm not yet there to get it back in. So, may remove that as well. Okay, this is the ABS sensor. Seems like this light is really bright. I got it sent by the company workers. They asked me if I can make an unboxing video or just show it in a video, and as always I only do that if I'm actually happy with the light and they agree to it. So they send it to me, and to be honest, I will order 1 or 2 more because they're really good. I wouldn't mind to have them in my car as an emergency light if ever needed. You never know. Okay, this side doesn't want to come down, so I have to get to see where I have the other one. Like I said, that special spanner for, let me drop this for now. So let me check. I had 910, which is here, and 1112, but I can't remember that I ever needed the 1112, so it can as well be that it disappeared since, and I didn't even realize it. And as you can see in my workshop, I'm not the one which keeps a tight ship, so it's very much possible that it disappeared a long while ago. And I never missed it because I never needed it. If that doesn't work, then I will just take another 11 and cut it to par. If I find one, but not the new set of spanners. Here's another 11. Let me see if I can get this cut down far enough. Where did I drop it before? Can't be too far, I didn't leave the place. Oh, here. So, this for the brake line has this opening that you can push it over the brake line. So I want to take this normal 11 spanner, cut it open the same way that I can get over the hose and inside. Because the way it looks here at the moment, I won't be able to get to it. Well, it feels like it's deformed a little bit. Yeah, no. So, angle grinder. Let's see what this says. Nope, doesn't like it. Let me check again if it's not maybe 10 after all. No. So it looks like it is 11. But it doesn't want to move. Let me show you again where we are walking at. So up here, this has to come out here, and it's quite corroded in, so that's where I am at the moment. Let me see if I can bring you a little bit closer. It's not too easy to walk alone, so a little bit up, a little bit this way. So here I am at the moment. Yeah. Doesn't look like that this one wants to move at all. It feels a little bit looser than before, but it can also be that I just won out. No, it's actually getting loose. Yeah. I was worried that I won out this metal bracket here, and that's why it was moving, but no, it's actually moving. Very important, because if that, yeah, come on. Because if this one cuts and the hose doesn't have enough reserve, which I can't say from here if there is enough space or not, but that would mean that I have to put in a complete new pipe which I definitely don't want to. So what I already did with the hammer before, what I want to do right now again is get this a little bit more to the front so I can just reach better with the spanner. Oh shit. It looks like it's fucked. Let me see if I can show you. You can see how it's twisting the hose, the pipe here. That usually means that the pipe and the hose are still connected, and I'm actually breaking the whole line now. I have the tool to make a new tip on it, and that will be then the next job to do. It never gets boring on old cars, you always have new shit to do. Sorry, you always have new problems. Yeah, now the pipe is torn off completely. So I have to find a way to do that. So. This is the issue. Here I twisted off the hose now, the pipe. So this end of the pipe I have to create new, and maybe I need a new one of this as well, and that I can't get today anymore. Now the hose goes quite far back. If I'm lucky, I can bring it down here somewhere and put a connection in between if it's not too corroded. Looks like on this side they actually renewed it. Looks newer than this side. But if I'm really lucky, I can cut it off here and then put an end part here and bend it there. That would be my preferred way of going forward. Anyway, we are loose here. We need to support the tank. That's the next thing. Then the battery plus, there's still one cable tie here I have to lose. And then I have enough space with the battery plus as well. Yeah, there's enough space with the battery plus. Let's put it here, then we can come easily down. And that's it. There's nothing in the way anymore from removing this. So, long extension. Let's see what we have here. No. Here it fits. 16. The mounting bolts itself are 16, that's good. And for the tank, wait, this ones I can just get out first. Where are we? It's back there. Sorry, I have to get my tool. And I can put you back in the center. I actually know where I am right now. Like this should be okay. put you a little bit here. And here. So, a little bit out of the way. Then let's see if I can get the first one out. Yeah. Second one. Oh, much easier if you turn in the right direction at the first try. They actually look really good, these bolts. I like them. Good. And then the center is left. So it came down a little bit now because the weight of the tank is still on it. So that's the next thing to remove and to balance. Come on. So I'll go up. I let the car calm down a little bit. That's from this side, and then the other side to balance it finally. So hold the wood a little bit in position. Okay. Then let me get the new part already in place. I mean down here. I don't want the fuel tank to be balanced like that too long. So this is here for the next step. Now was it 15? No, should be 14 then. Okay, not 14 either. Let me put you a little bit more back because like this should be okay. Let's see. Good, is out. Looks quite okay. Number 2. can't feel what's holding that bolt. No, it can't be a nut. Oh shit, there's something in between which is holding. Okay. Anyway, last bolt out. Hopefully nothing is falling on my head. And bolt is out. Now at the moment, these two plates are actually holding the whole bracket up, the whole frame. These two plates from the tank. So, oh, there's one thing I forgot. The stabilizer bar. The stabilizer is also on top of it. That makes it even harder to get it out. I have to shift somehow this direction, get the stabilizer out from here. I forgot the stabilizer. How can I forget that? Okay, let me put two bolts back up to hold it back in place. Before something happens to it. How did I forget the stabilizer? Okay, let's see. Let's check here. So the stabilizer is up here with these two bolts fixed, and I have to get those out, and it's not possible. The front one is possible, I can get to it. The back one is completely up, the frame up. Let me show you. So here I will get to it, but at the back there is no way. Oops, so up here there's no way that I can get with my spanner in between. Maybe from the outside I can try. So let's see if I can zoom you in here a little bit. So as I said, this one has to come out, the back as well, and then I can maybe tie it up a little bit and hope that it stays. Definitely need to spray it from here and from under. Both sides. Hey, not my day today, not my day. Okay, at least this one is out now. There was a strange spanner in between which didn't want to come out. Yeah. At least this rust bucket is so far free. Quite some bolts at the back. So once more, let's see where we can get with that. Alright, I will continue in a minute. I'm just, this kind of relaxing to remove that disturbing shit here. Sorry, the corrosion. Kind of nice when it goes off, and you can see that under is still metal, which has some thickness left. So anyway, let's see, that's supposed to be 13. That's quite a gap for 13, maybe it's 12. No, just worn out 13. I used to have a set of spanners exactly for this kind of bolts, worn out bolts, which were then 12.5 instead of 13 and so on. So when they were already a little bit corroded, you just go a little bit down and it would work. Okay, this one is getting loose. That's not bad. It's coming out well, slowly, but it is coming out. I have a set of spanners which are like ratchets on this side. I wanted to get that before, but most bolts, like this one as well here, are so close to the body that you can't get those spanners in anyway. So I didn't bring them. Alexa, set alarm to 5 p.m.
Alarm set for 5 p.m.
I have to pick up somebody later and I shouldn't miss that, so yeah. Okay. Nice. On the other hand, if I let it come down a little bit, let's look at this. If I let it come down, then I might be able to turn it and remove the bolts from the front with my power tool, and that would save myself some work. Let's try that. And hopefully nothing actually falls really on my head. So we are still not away from the tank. No. Okay, here also. Brake hose is here. So that was my idea, to turn it like this and then get easier access here. Short extension. Here is 13. Yeah. A small one, since we already loosened it anyway. So, number 1. Yeah. Number 2. Ah, this one. It's a little bit stubborn. Can you see the pieces of rust which are just falling down when you knock at it a little bit? Number 2. Inside the bolts are actually good. So this side. Let me see. Okay. Bingo. So all out. And now we should be able to remove this rust bucket. Yes. Wow. So let's see how this one looks above the tank. Not too bad. What do you say? Huh? Actually not too bad. There's a little bit rust. Yes, there's here a little bit. But that one will be sealed very well now. Here, this one. Clean off, grind off. Put a new coat of glue. And then this will just do fine. Should do fine. So the frame was above here. This one will be a little bit annoying job. Very annoying job, in fact. Because this is even the worst side. Here is the tank inlet and everything, so it's even harder to get it out. But yeah. This is one special spray, Dinitrol ML. It's a wax, a penetration wax, which goes into the deepest grooves between metal, between paint and body and everywhere. And on top there's a chemical inside which forms rust back to metal. So very important to spray this in all cavities of the car. Doesn't matter if it leaks out. In fact, if it leaks out somewhere, then you know it entered everywhere. And everywhere where this wax is, salt cannot go. So always remove everything first that is loose and then spray on top. And even though that I get it on my face and my hair all the time, like now, it's of course what you spray up comes down sooner or later. You should not get it on your skin. Since I don't want to bring out the whole tank, I just spray on top of the tank. Hopefully the mist will help. This spray, this oil, is also a good separator when you have cars like Audi, where a lot of steel touches aluminium. You get extra corrosion, but this is a very good separator. So if you fix some rust between steel and aluminium, then spray this one in. It helps a lot. It's really, I had an Audi where the corrosion came back every year at the same place. Every year I brought the aluminium parts out, cleaned all of it, put it back together, until Dinitol told me, try that. I was just there at the workshop with a friend where the Dinitol dealer came in, gave me one can and said, hey, try this next. And I did, and since then I can't complain. So I actually want to bolt this up now, but I have to wait for one thing, because this is not the last spray I want to put here. I'm expecting a delivery of stone protection, gravel protection, however you want to call it, for exactly the undercarriage of the car. And I will go and check fast if it has come in the meanwhile.
A few moments later.
So yeah, it's here. I paused you fast. Now this one is from Presto. I got it on Amazon. It was just delivered now. Yeah, it's recording. It was just delivered now. That's a gravel and underbody protection with bitumen, synthetic rubber, and that gives an extra coat. Of rubber on it. I put it everywhere where the new part is going, where I can't reach anymore later. I love this thing. And as always, with such protection, you rather do too much and have it all in your hair later, than you don't put enough and you rust the next year. So, one can is €3.50. So, put 10 cans up if you need to. It's cheaper than if you have to remove the rust the next year. And don't get too much in your eyes, it kind of burns. So. Good. Now, the new part. What I definitely do at the new part, and therefore I will bring it down a little bit. Yep, like this. So, this is the upside. When you drive, water, salt, everything accumulates up here. So, also later I will not have access to it anymore, so all the upper side I cover with this now. Also inside here, and I get it all in my face. That's nice. So this is a used part, not a brand new one, and as it looks like here, they didn't sandblast it everywhere. Another reason why you do this coating before you install it. So most importantly are these gaps you see here. If you can fill them up with this rubber, then wherever this rubber is filling up the hole, water cannot enter anymore. Where water can't enter, it cannot cause damages. So, as I said before, rather too much than not enough. Now of course, now that I sprayed it, it's a dirty job to install it, and the way I know myself, most of it I will have ending up in my face. So I have to check. Okay, so it's for now in position where I almost want it finally. We give it a little bit more coat on the top side. Now I have to push it a little bit up and find a way. To get the roll bar installed back. It hardens fast, this one. I had one which I used at the Audi for a while. It took way longer to dry out, but this one seems to dry quite fast. I don't know if that is good or bad, but it does dry out fast. Okay, now the upper ones. One and one here. Oops. So, also some gravel protection on it. This doesn't seem to volunteer inside yet, so let me loose the other one a little bit. I'm actually looking down at the moment. So the walker's light was now the whole time on full power. So even when I went to get the package, I left it on. So either it switched off, let me see. Yeah, I think the battery is finished. Can't see how long it lasted now because I didn't check on the time. You should see it better. You are the one watching the stream, so you should know how long the stream is running already. So these two are in. Making sure it's equally covered. It just looks neat when the car is black under. Looks so clean. So I have to get it up above the brackets of the tank now. Sorry. And then I can put the first bolt. Let me see where the cleanest bolt is. That's the one for the middle. Stay here, don't fall down. So, now all this side, somewhere I'm stuck. And here I still have to remove the cable tie. There was the seller wrote the warranty there. So, and we are above the tank. That's neat. And then this one. Woo! Nice. So a little bit of this here. And we should be able to fix the tank back in. Yup, number one. Same here. Oh, yeah. Where did it go? So, same here. Get the bolts covered a little bit. And then get the bolt in. Yoo! Yeah! Now, this one as well. Let's put the tip also, because it looks like it was exposed above. Okay, it bites. Then the next one, same thing. A little bit on the head, a little bit on the thread. And then we turn it up. Okay, maybe this bolt is from somewhere else. This is the back. This one is here, the back. Yeah, that's the wrong bolt here. I was with 16 head and with 18 head, and this one is 16 head. So let's put this up where it belongs. Then we'll figure out where the other two went or are supposed to go. We'll figure it out. Now we have the remaining ones, the long ones, which go to the back. Same thing. Every contact surface I spray a little bit. Everywhere the bolt could sooner or later set on corrosion, I cover it a little bit, because in case somebody ever has to open it again, which I hope is not me, the person will have it a little bit easier to open. So, let's put this by side and one. And let's go. Yeah. And the part is up. That main part we all came for. So we cover everything a little bit. Yes, I sometimes make strange noises when I'm happy, and at the moment I'm not too unhappy. The only thing which is still disturbing me right now, and even more so that I just see it now, is that brake pipe. And the brakes themselves also. But yeah. So the more rubber we spray, the more protection we have from the environment. Oops, that was maybe not so good. Just spray it into the brake pipe a little bit. At least it won't rust anymore. So, nice. Oder? Or not? I like it. So, one spray finished. Now we can try and get these babies back in. That screwdriver, did it fall down before? No. It was here somewhere. Nope. 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 Nope, nope, nope. Let's use this one. So we have here, a little bit corrosion. It's actually not a big deal, but since we have access to it, I remove at least. I like how easy this one goes. I had that before, where it was one horrible part of work to get that Bowden connector. I don't know how you call it. In German it's Bowdenzug. Bowden was the inventor. I guess it's something with Bowden rope or something in English. I don't know. I don't need to know everything. So, up here. Then this one goes up here. Yeah. So. I really start to grow rubber on my hands. So, the connection point, then the part itself, and then we can take from here the small screw, bolt, screw, and put it back here. Pen spanner. Okay, and cover it. Good. Now the other side. Yeah. This goes a little bit rougher. But it actually goes. So, same thing. Try and get it back in there. Come. And in. So then click up here and here and good. Here there is no loose rust actually on this side. No, that's good. Then spray this side, spray this side, spray the connection area, and then put it in. And 10 spanner. So, due to the wheel bearing on that side, there's no way that I get it back together today, the whole car. So I will just do some cosmetics today. Like here. And then this will be a more or less done deal here for today. So So here is a connection for the brake pipe. So it would actually be not even that bad if I get this open without damaging it, that I get it out here, fix an end point on it and get it back in. That should actually be possible. So, purely from a technical point, and only from a technical point by mechanics, not by corrosion, technically. These two parts should actually not be coated, because when the crossbar comes on it, it's supposed to balance here and have hold together by friction. But the part is new and I will tighten it very well, so it's okay for me. I kind of have in the back of my head anyway that in 2 or 3 years I will take everything out, do it properly, and when this is going to be my car. I have some other ideas what I wanted to do, what I will want to do with the car, or what I plan to do with the car. Not all road legal, so for now I leave it like that. It is safe to drive. That is the most important thing. I would never give my wife a car which could give her any problems. So then we have to get new cable ties here, new ones here, new ones. This one's supposed to be in here, or here, something like that. Here with cable tie up, I have to get the new cable tie in. Yeah. So far so good. My wife will not be amused when I tell her now that she can't have the car tomorrow. I always told her there is a big chance that it will not work out till tomorrow. But, you know, hope dies last. So, sadly, not possible. Huh. That's a little bit bigger than I expected. How do you look like on this side? About the same. Okay, and the first can of Dinitrol ML is finished. Let this walk in a little bit. Then we have to get this brake caliper for this side going. Same problem as before. This one does not move, so I have to drill this out again, get it moving. Get everything nice and neat. And then we leave it for today, as I do not have the new pipe yet. And I do not have the M8 bolts for the brake rotors yet. So that will be for tomorrow. Well, actually for Monday or Tuesday. So thanks for joining in. The moment this is streaming, most likely is 5 or 6 days in the future from now, because not sure if I have time now to do anything more. Yeah, this part, which was the main job, is out. Here you can see how bad it actually was, or is. Yeah, that was all rust coming out of it. That should be it. Just realized that we have this opening at the front. I just want to spray enough in that it, yeah, exactly comes out from here. And there it comes. And again, coat this one a little bit, this one a little bit more from the inside. Here also, cover it well. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining in. The air is getting a little bit thick here at the moment, so I rather leave this place. And I see you next time. Hope you had fun watching me. Hope you had some laugh. I know I don't do everything the way it's supposed to be done, but usually it works out at the end, which is usually also enough for me. So yeah, take care. Bye bye. So, welcome back to my workshop, and I will continue where I stopped yesterday with my Mini, or actually with my wife's Mini. I have a very good friend which has a company where he sells car spare parts, and I was very lucky that yesterday evening, Saturday evening, even though that they were closed, he was able to get me some parts that I can continue today. That's the brake hoses, which I want to replace, even though they're not 100% necessary, but I rather have them. Plastic loop for the brakes. And another thing which I didn't have before is a device to reset the brake pistons. Before I always used a clamp or a crowbar or something like that. But yeah, let's see how it goes with this. Then I will get the handbrake ropes out, and once they are out, I can actually remove the axle carrier at the back and put the new one in. and you're part of it. So let's start with the brake here. Let me see if I can put you somewhere where you can actually see what I'm doing. Here should be okay. I hope I will not cover the view too much. So the first thing to do is pry the brake a little bit open, and therefore I use this prying iron. If I get enough, if I get inside. Here, if you can see, the brake pads here are actually good, but the back of the disc is just miserable. Now let's see if I can. That one is quite deep inside. Let's go to the other side first. While the rust remover does its job there. Okay, this clip went out easier. Also here, the brake pads look actually good. But the same at the back. The brakes are just completely rusted. And yeah, so next thing is to open here. These protectors, and then I should be able to open this from the inside. Allen key. Let's see what size it is. That's too big. Is it a 6? No. A 7. Okay. Oh, where's this smaller one again? I think I put them up for charging yesterday. No, here. So, number 1. That one is quite stiff in. Let me just do the same thing on this side first. Let me see if I can reach you guys here. So here are the 2 Allen keys, P bolts. Okay, the lower ones are quite stiff. See again the brakes, they are just complete rubbish. I wonder how that happened. It looks like the brake pad at the back is way too small. Don't know if you can see it from here. This is the brake pad, it should go all the way to the end of the brake, not only here. So yeah. Let me put you back here, I'm coming up to you again. And we look further. This bolt at the bottom should never go out that hard. That is actually the bolt, like this one here, which helps to guide the caliper. This one has to be greased very well, cleaned and greased very well, that this one can move freely. The lower one looks like does not want to come out. So let's see what is inside there. There's a lot of dirt and rubbish inside. You can see here. The brake pads look actually good, but the outside is a little bit more worn than the inside. Anyway, as I said, we're going to change the complete set, front and back, but first the back. And yeah. Now I have to get this bolt on the out. Let me see what kind of plier I can use there. Something small with a strong grip. I won't get in with this one. I have this small grip plier. I will cut it a little bit smaller that I come actually in with that 7mm Allen key hole. So here I cut the wings off from here on the side. So we have about 5mm here. Hope that's enough to get inside the bolt and pull it out. There's not much space here. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm trying to get this bolt down here out. This one is just in the way. What about I take it like this? It's not too easy to hold you and also walk at the same place at the same time. So this is quite stubborn. We can lose it a little bit like this. Oh, come on. Okay, moved a little bit out. No, not enough. It's still, even though that it's almost out, or it's out of the threading already, it's still like the, now it's out. This small tip was still guiding inside, and that's why I couldn't get it off. Now we should be able to pull it off completely. And then I will clean this, clean the guide in here, put it back together with enough lube, so it will never get stuck again like it just did. So this is done. Okay. As I said, the parts are actually not looking that bad, but you can see here, I believe they had the rusted brake disc and just put new parts inside to sell it. And that was it. Then let's see if we can use this tool to press the piston back. Okay, I have to go and remove this sensor. Strangely, it's fixed here. The new brake pads, they are not fixed, the wires came separately. These are the new ones, and the sensor is here. So maybe this one can be pulled. Come on. No, can't be pulled out, but we can cut it. Since we have a new brake pad anyway. This one is crazy. All these springs and things just for the brake pads. Haven't seen that before. Then let me get, right, I can do that from here. So now to get it in, I have to get the correct size to get into these holes. This one is not, it's too big. Let's try this one. Almost there. This one. Also not. Oh, it looks like I'm at the end finally. Huh? These were the smallest ones here in this set. Then we have this one left. Doesn't enter either, or directly. Well, that one could work. So then we have to go through this plate. does not seem to work the way I want it to work. Well, what? I wanted to get the brake hose off anyway. And let me try this. Then I can just bring the caliper out and do it on the workbench. Might be easier. I have to check somewhere I had this special brake hose spanners. I think here. So there's one here. Okay, it's the wrong size, we need a bigger one.